StellaRoseAllDay here. I'm trying to make these eggs for Cupid. And so, okay, so here's what prompted today's live. I'll tell you. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I do this. I spray my wooden spoon with Pam because I don't like how it, like, the eggs stick on it. I'm not much of a cook, but I can make eggs. So it was, like, weird because I had the dog party for Cupid, and Cupid had a twin by the name of Fergie. This is Fergie. And I invited, like, other dogs, and the one lady, she brought this. She's like, this is for you, this is for you. And I was like, that's weird because I have this. This is like Cupid. And then Fergie showed up to the party. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. I'm like, that looks just like Fergie. It was really cool. But, okay, so what happened today is my horoscope said that, let me read it to you. It said, I'm trying to get flowers for the seniors. They were sick with RSV. Okay, hold on. Let me tell you what it was. It said, you have not gotten the credit you deserve for something you worked very hard for, dear Sagittarius. That's a hard thing for you to deal with. You are not against stepping up and speaking your mind about the situation, but you may be afraid of looking pompous or like a braggart for claiming your rightful accomplishment. And it's like, okay, well, sort of. I mean, with the Aaron Carter documentaries, it's like, okay, so here's what I think is going to happen. What's going to happen is that Aaron Carter information is going to come out with the P. Diddy trial, and then all of a sudden it's going to be everybody knew about Aaron Carter and the truth about Aaron Carter. And what I was doing, the work that I did for Aaron was a tremendous undertaking, and I'm glad that I was able to do that for him. And the reality is like, just, the reality is that not everybody's gonna get it. So I don't need validation like from everybody, you know what I'm saying? But I do think that, I do feel as though that I don't like how the media that was owned by like Mark Zuckerberg and the Democrats and everything, and how they like censored a lot of it. I mean, I feel like the books, and like there is 11 of them. Yeah, I mean, that's a serious undertaking. I talk to people all the time. You know Michelle Gray. She just wrote a book and published it. She's on her second one. And like, I encourage people to publish books all the time. I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm like, if you have something to say, publish a book. You know, I tell people it's not as difficult as, like, just get out of your own way, get out of your own head. I gotta stir his eggs. 1 second here. I just like to make him an egg every once in a while, you know. But I mean, there might be a time where Aaron's documentary, I think it will go somewhere eventually. I think I just had to go back to working on my case full time, and You know, like I said, it's time to get that done. All the years that I've been going through that identity fraud with that lawyer, it's finally purging now. So I'm glad. So I'll be able to move on with my life. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I was lucky. Aaron wasn't lucky. Aaron didn't get to stay on the earth, which is sad. That's really, really sad. So like I put an ad on Facebook. I saw on TikTok. It's like my ADHD is like blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I saw on TikTok that there was this guy. I just gotta do Cupid's eggs real quick. There was this guy who brought these seniors like roses, and so like the seniors have been depressed around here because 2 of them had RSV, and so then they had to isolate, and they couldn't do the Valentine's Day card thing. And so I asked the locals if they knew anybody where I could get like some flowers donated to them, because like nobody visits the seniors. They're lonely all the time. It's so sad. I hate it. And I saw on TikTok where there was this guy who went to a florist and bought like some flowers to hand out to the seniors. And so I was like, I hope I can do that today. But I mean, as far as Aaron's books go, like, look, I was happy to do his case. Do I think that, you know, it should have gotten more exposure? Yeah, but I think it will get more exposure. I don't think it's over. You know what I'm saying? When I tell people that I wrote 11 books on Aaron Carter's death, they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. I think that's done, Cupid. Yeah, 11 books on Aaron Carter's death. You know what I'm saying? What do I think is going to happen? Well, Melanie's not going to get any money. You know what I'm saying? They already shut that down. The executor, she wasn't going to... Okay, listen. That from start to finish was fraud. Okay? Start to finish was fraud. And... doesn't anybody feel a certain type of way on the inside when you know something's not kosher? Okay? You don't think for the past 20 years that lawyer who stole my identity hasn't been looking behind his shoulder the entire time? Okay? Of course he has. He's a human being. Just some people like to commit crime. They like to commit fraud. And they like to do it with other people. And that's called the RICO Act. Okay? And so... it's been a very long road before I was able to kind of just get somewhere with all of this and navigate everything. But I mean, it's happening. It's happening. The executor was like, oh, there's no money in the estate. They had to be upside down on the estate, because if there was money in the estate and they gave it to Prance, okay, then the executor and the state of California would have been on the hook for Aaron's estate, because that's not Aaron's kid. I feel bad that Prance is going to grow up knowing that for the first part of his life, his parents didn't admit to the fact that they were his parents, but I do feel like it will get straightened out, and like, you know, hopefully he won't hold a grudge against his parents. It's not like I want Melanie to go to jail or anything like that. I think Melanie was a component to the crime. You know what I'm saying? They were gonna take Aaron down no matter what. Aaron had a big mouth. Aaron wasn't gonna stop talking. Aaron didn't have the resources. There were too many people against him. It was gonna go down like that, unless he would have gotten a security guard, and he could have made it 2 more years. What, Cupid? I got your egg right here. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like my case goes, well, it took as long as it took, but now it's getting somewhere, okay? So I'm not okay with a guy going ahead saying that my dad, who was an Alzheimer's patient, hired some shady law firm, okay, with an overemphasized ego and stole millions of dollars, okay? I was never okay with it. It's just, finally, I'm getting somewhere, being heard, because, like, I'm not the only one now, and other people are speaking out about it. And sometimes things just take time. And that's the same thing with Aaron Carter. So I think that it hasn't even peaked yet. But when I think back to like I say these things, like I wrote 11 books about Aaron Carter's death. Even that sounds weird to me. So anyway, I just wanted to check in with everybody. I hope you're having a good day. I am getting ready to feed my dog some eggs, and I just wanted to say hi. And I'm gonna share out some links for Michelle Gray's books that are coming out, and because I like to support other women, and I hope that you look into it. Okay, namaste. I love you all. Have a great day.